Hello Tankers, it's me Jay here to welcome you back to episode 18 of our favorite esports news show, bringing you the hottest esports news and results from the previous weeks, as well as keeping you updated on what's going on so you always know what's going on in the esports community. This episode includes all the latest news about setups, masters of the Sword Tandem, Blitz, changes to general esports rules, and information on the latest articles. Let's jump straight in. Tournament news. As time passes, the setups tournament has to progress from one stage to another. Recently, the tournament reached its first group stage with 16 clans, including all of the first 8 league clans we have now, and 8 second league clans that qualified from the qualification stage, fighting off the other 8 poor second league clans. Also, 4 clans, namely 220 Volts, Generation X, Can't Stop, and Venom, played some additional qualifying matches spread over 3 rounds for placing last in their groups, and then 8 clans that got first to 4th places in their group standings made it to the second group stage and are currently pushing hard to get through it to enter the last stage of the tournament, the playoffs. Just as exciting as setups is another tournament, the Masters of the Sword Tandem tournament. Yes, just as you guessed, thanks to your votes, this tournament was chosen and its registrations are open from the 3rd to the 9th of June. Several tandems, of course, did participate in the tournament to win an individual prize pool of 1 million crystals, 75 containers, 2 optional shot effects of their choice, the awesome, epic, cool Impulse Paint, and the lovely Spectrum Beam module. But hey, that's not all, says the prize list, with the beautiful Gladiator Paint, 850,000 crystals, and 50 containers for second place. And for third place, if you're that curious, I dare you to check it out yourself. Sorry, but I have at least asked it to be linked in the description for you. Now let's dive into the Blitz tournaments. Blitz number 1320 was launched in the light format and a total of 47 clans registered to play it. It ended on the 6th of June, 4 days after it started on June 2nd. Several matches in the forest map plus Magadan in case of additional rounds, and its 6th bracket included 6 winners. In other words, Hello Kitty won in the first bracket, Team Quarantine in 2nd, Outlaws in 3rd, Guardians in 4th, Vendetta in 5th, and finally Alish Pride in the 6th bracket. Congratulations! But for those of you who did not win, participate, or simply want to play at least another light format Blitz, we have got Blitz 1420 running. It is also being played in the forest map with Magadan for additional rounds in the light format. But before we find out its winners on the 13th, let's not forget to review the winners of Blitz number 1220 that was played in the XP-BP format. It ended on May 30, welcoming winners Woods Prodigy in the first bracket, La Casa de Amigo in the second, Hold On in the third, Vendetta in the fourth, Team Dusty in 5th, Team Quarantine in 6th, and Outlaws in the 7th, and finally now Team Como in the 8th bracket. Congratulations to these clans as well. Article news. For this episode, we have a massive 8 articles to share with you. Let's begin. First, a post 3rd League Clan Origins shares with us some interesting stories of 3rd League clans. Next up, Can't Stop vs Karma. Moving up, my Mr. Nibbles reviews both the special match between Can't Stop and Karma that was based on setups and the contenders itself. Then we have a post back at it again with Winning as a Clan, Efficient Defending, a guide to defending for eSport newbies. Also, our news team leader Adab Online brings us the season's first Blitz reviewed, looking at XPBP Blitz 1120. A fresh new setups by Regency highlights the differences between this year's setups and last year's. Moreover, Mr. Nibbles and Tomahawk try their best to predict the winners of the matches in round 3 of the qualifying matches and round 4 of the first group stage of the setups tournament, respectively. Make sure to read them and find out if they were right. Spoilers, our reporters were almost 100% correct. And finally, a post in New Second League Clans talks about Old But Gold, Laws, and Team Pointers entering the second league and interviews 2 of them. Enjoy, and if you ever think you could write such great articles like these, feel free to apply and join our team today. Link to application rules and information can be found in the description. General news: because the self-destruct time was reduced from 3 to 5 seconds, a couple of changes were made to the general eSport rules. First, all players are required to start self-destruction as well as be present on the map. That is, no one is allowed to leave the battle or refresh the game at 10:10 and not 10:12 as it was before. Also, players were requested to pay attention to the auto self-destruct feature introduced exclusively in the HTML5 version of the game, which they can either enable or disable it in the game's control settings. Next, emphasis was made about the changes to Blitz match timings from 17 UTC to 16 UTC, confirming that the change is supposed to last the entire season unless otherwise postponed with prior notification in the forum Blitz bulletin board and eSports Discord server's announcement channel. Finally, the eSports administration congratulated all of the 8-second league clans that passed the qualification stage of the setups tournament: Avantgarde, Defense, Empire Army, Laws, Legion of Kings, Moldova, Old But Gold, Team Pointers. Also, a draw for the clans in the states that took 4th place in their groups was live streamed on May 24th at 17 UTC. Well, tankers, that's all for this episode. Want more? Stay tuned! The next episode should be out within 2 weeks. Also, make sure to leave a like if you liked it, subscribe if you loved it, and share your thoughts in the comment section down below. And as always, there are a few hidden promo codes here and then in the video. Make sure